Hello, space pilot Mr. Cool Guy here. And, well, Thanksgiving has come and Thanksgiving has passed. Did you enjoy your meal? Well, I hope you did. You know, I sure enjoyed the thought of mine. Well, the thought of what, you know, would be being served on Earth 3. Now I know you're thinking, couldn't you have made a makeshift Thanksgiving out in space? I could have, sure. I just didn't think about it. Honestly. Oh, no. Don't worry, I had a grand old time. uh, well, anyways, it's time for 10 more random facts you may or may not know. So since you filled your bellies, why don't you fill your brains? Starting with fact number 1. Transmitter treat. Scientists in Florida got a surprise when a tracking device from a Burmese python turned up inside another snake. By using X-ray, they discovered that a venomous cottonmouth snake had eaten the Burmese python and its transmitter. Dang, that's crazy. Like, could you imagine being the one that keeps track of the tracker locations, right, and sees this one tracker, right, it just blips, right, on the thing, it just flips away, and then it comes back? That would be weird. Like, what? He'd be unsure he saw what he saw correctly, right? And he may report it, he may not, right? But that had to be scary for a bit. But that's insane, right? The fact that a snake can eat an entire snake, I mean, that's not uncommon for certain species to eat, others of their kind, right? But the fact that that tracker didn't digest or any potential stomach acids in the snake didn't cause it to start melting at all, that's crazy. That's wow. That is. Well, let's move on to fact number 2. Top dog. The African painted dog can run at speeds as high as 37 miles per hour or 60 kilometers per hour for up to 3 miles or 4.8 kilometers. It catches prey in over 70% of its hunts, compared to a lion's average of about 30%, making it the world's most successful land hunter. That is crazy, and that's pretty fast for a dog. But man, 70% of its hunts are successful, more successful than a lion. That, I mean, you got the lion over here, like, I'm the king of the jungle. Which, technically, it's only around in savannas, so it's the king of the savanna, but technicalities, I guess. Right? Thinking it's the king. And then you got the African painted dog, and I'm like, maybe, but are you having a success rate in your hunts of 70%? Right? that would probably hurt the lion's pride, right? Because a dog hunts better than you, the mighty lion. That's crazy. Alrighty, let's move on to fact number 3, the Pumpkin King. At Sunnyfields Farm in Southampton, England, over 10,000 pumpkins and squash made a giant Jack Skellington. The Nightmare Before Christmas mosaic took 10 farm workers 5 hours to create. It was about the size of a tennis court. In 2022, the farm crafted a pumpkin Paddington Bear. I wonder what they'll do next. That's crazy. 10,000 pumpkins? That's a lot of pumpkins. Like, dang. I mean, obviously, to like make a Jack Skellington mosaic, they'd have to have different colored pumpkins. Which, I guess they would have painted some of them. Because pumpkins are orange. I don't know how you'd get different colored pumpkins outside of, like, painting them or something. Unless you can grow different colored pumpkins. That's... Man. I mean... They may or may not have known the exact amount they needed, but if they did... Could you imagine being the guy that had to count 10,000 pumpkins? Eesh. That's... Wow. Although I bet the Paddington Bear mosaic looked cute. Alrighty. It's time for fact number 4. Floating bridge. Winding along a river in China's Hubei province is a floating bridge that you can walk or drive on, sometimes called the Bridge of Dreams. The Shizuguan Water Highway is about 1,640 feet or 500 meters long. It's made of wooden planks, is surrounded by lush forests, and sits at water level. It was built in hopes of giving visitors an up-close view of the area's natural beauty with minimal damage to the environment. Those on foot say that it is like walking on water, while drivers have compared it to surfing. That is crazy. Just don't have actual dreams while on the bridge. Don't be sleeping while driving on the bridge. That's how you plunge your car into the water, and depending on how deep it is, well, that's how you get to meet the Lord early. Or, go down below early. I mean, the hope is that you'll go see the Lord early, but, there's some of you that, end up going down below. Not saying that you will, but anyways. But yeah, that is wild. Alrighty, let us move on to fact number 5. Big Top Tech. Established in 1976, Germany's Circus Roncalli have continued to evolve and amaze. With animal welfare in mind, they became the first circus in the world to use holographic creatures in their acts. Multiple projectors bring animals to life alongside Circus Roncalli's marvelous performers. That is... Dang. Holograms in a circus. That's, like something you'd expect to see in, like, a movie that takes place in the distant future or whatever. Right? Man. That is... I mean, it certainly saves on cost, because you don't have to buy actual elephants or animals, and you don't have to pay for the food to feed them. I mean, it was probably expensive to buy the equipment needed to make the holograms, right? So, there's that. But, still, that is crazy, my man. Alrighty, let's move on to fact number 6, straw and awe. Whittlesea, England celebrates the harvest in a very unique way. Meet the straw bear, dressed from head to toe in 70 pounds or 31.8 kilograms of straw. The straw bear leads a parade in the streets the Saturday after Plough Monday, the start of England's farming season. Onlookers dance and march with the straw bear, giving him gifts of money and food to ensure a hearty harvest. I mean, you see, at first I thought, aw, how cute, a straw bear. A bear made out of straw. Someone is dressing up as a bear made out of straw, and they're going around, and probably just to bring cheer and joy. But then comes the part where you're ensuring a hearty harvest by giving this person money and food. I mean, I'm sure that person really appreciates the food and money that they get. That's, yeah. But, in ensuring a hearty harvest, I don't know about that. Right. Looks like that's... I don't know, man. And if, for whatever reason, your harvest is more hearty than it would have been, the fact that you gave that person dressed as a strawberry money and food, I highly doubt that has anything to do with it. It's probably coincidence, most likely. Right? Yeah. Anyways, let's move on to fact number 7. As we look at a peculiar item up and close. Prison money. During World War I and II, both Russian and German prisoner of war camps paid prisoners with currency they created. This currency, which was legal only in their camps, was used mostly to purchase goods in the on-site stores. Man, that is crazy. Like, in certain prisons nowadays, you can still make money, right? Like, when you're putting away the people with lots of money, like rich or powerful people or whatever, they can still make money from prison. They can still do their things that make them lots of money and keep all the things, right? But yeah, I mean, I never expected that prisoners of war would have a currency they could use. I mean, if you think about it, it's basically like the earliest form of alt currency, like currency that can just be used in that store. Right? It was like an actual physical version of the now digital currency that you spend your real money on so you can pay for the fake currency to use on stuff in the game. Right? I mean, it's kind of similar, kind of not. Because the prisoner of war money had actual use. But anyways, let's move on to fact number 8. Go with the flow. Near the island of Mauritius in the Indian Ocean, there's a giant underwater waterfall. Or so it would seem. The strange view can only be seen from high in the sky. But there isn't really an underwater river flowing over a cliff on the ocean floor. From the island shore there's a steady slope leading out to a sudden 2.5-mile or 4-kilometer drop. What looks like water going over its edge is actually white sand falling into the abyss. This creates the illusion of an underwater waterfall. That is... Nature is something, isn't it? And optical illusions are out there. In this case, it's the illusion of an underwater waterfall. So, very sorry to some of you, but no, there is no waterfall there, which means there is no hidden back entrance with some secret treasure. Sorry. Oh, man. But, yeah, that has to be crazy to see in person, right? But, yeah. I'd be real careful swimming over it, right? Because if you start sinking, that's a long way down. A long, long way down. And if you can't swim, well, you better have written your will, because unless someone saves you, they ain't gonna find you. Anyways, let's leave that cheery note and move on to fact number 9. Rooftop suburb. With a shortage of land to build on, Cosmo Park, a suburb of Jakarta, Indonesia, is located atop a 10-story shopping mall. Cosmo Park has 78 two-story houses, swimming pools, green spaces, a tennis court, and even a network of roads. Residents can drive up via a special ramp. The entire roof is surrounded by a metal fence to stop anyone from accidentally plunging over the sides. Well, it's a good thing it does, because if someone got drunk, they gonna be falling to their death. And the leading cause of death in India would be drunkenness. Right? I don't know if they have alcohol in India. They might not. But, dang. It's gotta be the most convenient drive to a place where you can buy stuff. Right? Because you're sitting on top of it. But, a 10-story shopping mall. Does that include groceries too? I mean, malls are tall, but not every mall is 10 stories tall. Like, who needs that many stores? Like, why? The electric bill for that shopping mall has to be very, 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 very expensive. That's a lot of stores. That is crazy, man. Like, wow. That is nuts. Oh, alrighty. Let's move on to fact number 10. Fake funeral. A 6-year-old Brazilian man, Baltazar Lemos, faked his own death to see how many people would attend his funeral. He posted a message on social media informing people that he had died, and on January 18th, 2023, friends and family gathered in a chapel in his home city of Curitiba to pay their last respects, at which point he stepped out from behind the altar doors, very much alive. The mourners were said to be confused and angry. Rightfully so. But, no one questioned the fact that he posted that he was dead. Unless he did from like a burner, kind of means it came from his actual account on social media. And no one questioned it. Right? It's like, he's dead? No one thought to think, wait a minute, if he's dead, how could it have been posted on his account? Right? I mean, unless they thought that someone else got onto his account and posted it there. I mean, you know? But like, alright, I mean, you shouldn't have done that. I mean, if you feel like you have to do that just to see if people still care about you and will show up, like, maybe you should talk with them about this. Right? Don't put them through that emotional pain. Just be like, surprise! I'm not dead. Sorry I put you through all that emotional pain, but I just wanted to make sure you still cared about me. That's no. Cause that's gonna ruin trust, and then when you do die, there's a chance they might not actually believe it, because you could just be faking again. Because apparently you're the type of person to do that. There are better ways to work that out than to fake your own death. Right? No. Ugh. Oh, well, alrighty. There you have it. There was 10 random facts you may or may not have known, but you know now. Are there any that you knew? If so, let me know down below, Joe. If you have any additional information on the facts that you would like to share because you find it interesting or whatever, then put that down below too. And if you don't know what to say and all you can think of to say is hi, well, hi. And if you enjoyed, leave a like. If you find that some of these facts just like, what? Because, humanity. Then definitely leave a like. And, you could subscribe so that way you don't have to keep searching me up to see if I put a new video. And you could hit that notification bell so to let you know the second there's a new batch of 10 random facts that you can hear. I mean, sure, you don't have to watch it right then, but at least you'll know. And share this with others so they have a chance to hear these facts too. Don't keep them all to yourself. It should be spread out among the people. Alright. I'm Space Pilot Mr. Cool Guy, and as I always say, my fellow randoms, to infinity and more facts.